Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. EG here. EG stressed out here. My blood pressure is still a problem. I'm taking the higher dose and it's still a problem. So we'll discuss in a minute. Anyway, hi, Rhonda. Thank you for being the first one to post. Yes, I'm not any relation to E.G. Robinson. Yeah. Hi, Joni. Hi, B. Thompson. I don't know what you mean deleted. You mean from the chat? Nobody's deleting from the chat because we limit it to subscribers. So unless somebody sneaks in there and does something really inappropriate. But I don't know why you've been deleted. I don't think you've been blocked from the channel or you wouldn't show up right now. So and nobody blocks people except me from the channel. Now, a moderator could take you out of the chat, but I don't usually even have a moderator lately. So anyway, I don't know what's happened. Anyway, hi, Sonata. Hi, MC Anthony. Hi, Muriel. Hi, Diana by the beach. I hope you're doing well. And Cody and Ileana. Yeah, we have gray skies here too, Rhonda. Hi, Zaza. Hi, Maya. Hi, Nakoti. Yeah, I have to go out to the store after our live stream today because we're supposed to maybe get snow tomorrow, and I don't want to go out tomorrow. So, hi, Zaza. Hi, Roselle from Albuquerque. Hi, Chuck and Allison. And Lumen and Leanne. Guten Tag. Hi, Shirley. Welcome in from the UK. Hi, Devon. Yes, it's been very cold. The cold weather's just going to continue for a while here. We're in this polar blast zone. Oh, Zaza. Oh, okay. Zaza's explaining that it will only give you a limited number of characters in your comment. If you go over it, it won't show up. That explains it. Thank you. Faith, welcome. Rapture, welcome. Hi, Maska. I realize I don't have earrings on right now. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Tig Quilt, Margaret, Judy, HFC, Busy Bumblebee, JLR, Jesse, okay. And hi, Nina. Hi, Judy. I love how you guys join in. This is great. Thank you. You guys make my day. You do. Hi, Alice. And Judy from Virginia. You know, I was a Virginian at one time in my life. Oh, let's see. Donna, Catherine, and Jason, and Jan, and Robin. Hi, MC Anthony. Anne Maria, Josephine. Gosh, I just can't keep up with all the names now. Okay, anyway, if I haven't caught you, I'll catch you when you say something else. Hi, HFC. And I'm not a Dr. Freckles kid, but thank you. I do not have a dog, Shirley. I'm not actually allowed one in this apartment, and that's fine. I wasn't going to get a dog anyway now, so I got too much else going on. Hi, Edie. Welcome in. And hi, Candy. Anyway, I'll be saying hi as we go along. But yeah, it's a gray day here, but I don't think we're getting any precipitation today. And I got to go out and do a few errands after the live stream. But yeah, I've really had a bad week with my blood pressure. It just keeps creeping up, even though I'm taking double the dose. But I had what I wanted to share with you is I had an interesting talk with with another nurse practitioner. It's with my insurer group, and they do like these virtual visits with you like once or twice a year if you're a senior. citizen. And this was just because I'm new on the plan as of October 1st. And so they wanted to do a visit before the end of the year. So I had this wonderful, like, virtual visit with a nurse practitioner, and I was telling her what was going on. And she picked up on something that I'm going to tell my other nurse practitioner that I see Tuesday. She said, the reason probably my blood pressure is not okay is because when I told her about going on the extra thyroid, and that's when really things went wacky. When I was on that mega thyroid dose for 9 days, 10 days, she said that what it did is it caused like a hormonal crisis in my body and probably released more cortisol and other things like that, and just put me into kind of a crisis. And she believes that's why the blood pressure started going up, and is hard to be controlled now, because once you're in this kind of cortisol loop, you can't. It's like she's told me to have the doctor test me for cortisol level because she really believes it's out of whack. And so anyway, Joni, I can only see a nurse. That's the only person I could get in with here. They don't have a lot of primary care, so I can only see a nurse practitioner. Otherwise, I was going to that horrible doctor who caused this whole crisis in me to begin with. Well, he kind of caused it. I shouldn't have taken the extra thyroid dose. I just shouldn't have done it. I was feeling okay. It was so weird. I mean, I'd had a cold, but my blood pressure was fine through the cold. And yeah, exactly, Devon. My whole thyroid level just got, and she told me, this nurse practitioner on the phone or on the virtual call, she said, the half-life of thyroid lasts a long time. So the fact that you're still taking your 88 micrograms, you're still like overdose, you have too much. And so it was kind of scary, but it explains why the blood pressure is doing what it's doing, but it could kill me. I hope not. I don't know what to do. Well, it's my own fault, Sim Predalita, that I shouldn't have taken the higher dose. I shouldn't have. I just shouldn't have done it. I just didn't know it was going to do this. Anyway, so yeah, I take levothyroxine, but the thing is, I've still been taking 88 micrograms a day, and the thing is, I was already had too much, and so even just taking that dose is keeping me in not a good place. And of course, as the stress on my body increases, my blood pressure increases. So it's just, yeah. Well, those natural ways aren't going to help this particular problem. It's really a bad crisis in my body right now. It's not. That's for normal times. It's not going to do it for me. So I'm seeing the nurse practitioner on Tuesday. I'm going to discuss with her what this other nurse practitioner talked to me about and see if she can. I mean, they're going to have to give me more blood pressure medicine temporarily just because it's not being controlled. It's still up to like what it was on when I went to see her a couple weeks ago, when I was only on one pill, and I'm on 2 pills a day. I take one in the morning and one at night. So it shouldn't be doing this. And yeah, I thank you, Devon. I am just a wreck. And the problem is, the more stressed I am, then it just makes it worse because it increases the cortisol in my system. And so I'm just in this really bad, vicious cycle right now, and something's got to break it. Well, I didn't have to take, Donna, the thyroid medicine. I shouldn't have. I would have prevented all this. Like an idiot, I was getting over the cold and I thought, oh, well, I should take it. Or I had the cold, I guess, at the time. And I just thought, oh, Lord. So I don't know how long this is going to take. My problem now is my cortisol level has been triggered. That's what this nurse practitioner said it sounded like to her. And she said, it's just going to take a while for your body to settle down. She said the half-life on thyroid is really long. So, I mean, I don't think it's good to probably not take any thyroid for a while, just because I don't have a thyroid gland. So I don't think it's good to go to nothing. But it's just horrible. So I'm having a hard time. And unfortunately, it may last through the end of the year. I don't know. I just hope it doesn't kill me. So I know, Annie. I know. Well, that's why I didn't go see him again. I'm not seeing that quack. I have reduced I've been on 88, which is my normal dosage ever since the 10th day. But the problem is I still have too much thyroid in my system because it was an overload. And also, um, yeah, I know. Well, I wish they'd give me Xanax, but I don't know if they will. I will talk to her. I know they hate giving it out, even short term, but just like 3 or 4 days of that would probably break that stress connection. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Thank you guys. Yeah, I need all your prayers. Thank you. Um, yeah, I know. And I need to go to uh, I just can't even think of it right now. I made the mistake of taking my blood pressure before I did the live stream today. That's not good. And I even meditated this morning, and I even been started just a couple days ago. I did start doing this 4-7-8 breathing. Have you guys heard of this? Um, it's really a good stress reliever. It does bring your I don't know if it brings my blood pressure down. It didn't seem to because I did it before I took my blood pressure today and it didn't seem to do anything. Yes, an endocrinologist. Yeah, I need to probably go. But I don't know how soon I can get in to see one. I haven't even heard from the cardiologist yet. But anyway, here's how you do the 4-7-8 breathing if you've never done it. It's really, really good. It'll just make you feel better, even if it technically doesn't reduce my frickin' blood pressure. Um, anyway, so what you do is you breathe in through your nose to the count of 4. So you just go, then you hold it for the count of 7. So I'm going to do those two together. So you bring it in. Then you release to the count of 8, which is what I just did. And it helps to, when you release it, to put your tongue kind of up against the back of your front teeth, top teeth, and, against your palate because it helps you release better. So, yeah. Yeah, I think the vagus nerve thing. Yeah, I know. I know something about that. I know. Oh, Denise, it was like 150 over 95. So it just has gone up a little bit every day for the last several days. It's just horrible. And I'm taking the same dosage of blood pressure medicine. It's like my body's just going, screw that. We don't even acknowledge that is blood pressure medicine. Yeah, that kind of breathing, the 4-7-8 breathing really does help. And so I am doing that. And, I'll be honest, I did not check my blood pressure, but I didn't feel as stressed yesterday. So I'm thinking it probably definitely wasn't higher than today. And I know I checked it when I was getting stressed, getting ready to do the live stream. So that's probably not a good time. I'll check it again later after I get home to see if it goes down a little bit. But yeah, my A1C is fine. I'm not diabetic. That's not a problem. Thank goodness. At least I don't have that problem right now. Yeah. I know, Marcia. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you have a doctor that's good about that, but they don't like to give that out. I know all about benzodiazepines. I used to do addictions counseling, and I know all about drugs that are really addictive. And I was on Xanax for a time in my life, but I never abused it. I never took more than I, was prescribed, and I was able to, wean myself off of it a number of years ago. So I understand it. It's just that it is the thing that would probably work, but I don't know how to convince. I mean, I haven't been going. I just started going to this doctor. She's not going to know that I'm not a drug user, So anyway, it's a real problem. Anyway, we do not acknowledge the medicine. Yeah, I tell you, the one thing, no, I'm not going to say that. It's too dark. I have a dark sense of humor when I go through times like this, and I just, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. I, I crack myself up though with my dark humor sometimes. I sit down when I'm doing my blood pressure, and I keep my reading was similar, almost the same as mine. So, um, but anyway, I know I'm buffering right now. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm hoping the doctor will just, if I just say, can you just give me 5 days? It takes 2 weeks to have taking a benzodiazepine every day to basically become physiologically addicted. So I already know that. So we'll see. I don't want sleeping pills. No, thanks, Joni. I don't like sleeping pills anyway, and I'm having no problem sleeping. I know my blood pressure is probably going down at night, which is when it's the lowest, in the late afternoon and evening. Oh, Pamela J. Yeah, it could. That's the problem when you start taking medicines. I haven't really walked as much, Cranston. I've been walking as I go out and do things, but I hated walk this week because I the weather was bad and we had a lot of ice out on the sidewalks and stuff. So I don't feel safe doing that. But I have gotten steps in and stuff. Hi, Jean-Marc. Welcome in. Oh, Mary, I'm sorry you're not feeling well at the moment. Please get better soon. Jean-Marc, I know you were eating something because you're always eating or about to eat. That's what we all know. I know. Thanks, Ciara. It is stressful to me. This wonderful nurse practitioner on the video call, she just picked up on it immediately. She goes, I said, it just stresses me out even to take my blood pressure. She goes, then don't take your blood pressure. I said, well, I have to because my doctor said to take my blood pressure because it just stresses me out just to think about taking it. It's awful. It's awful. You have to understand, guys, I never had a problem like this in my life. Never had blood pressure problems. Just, it's such a freak out to me right now. I think if you've dealt with it a long time, you have time to get adjusted. And, until they put me on that higher thyroid dose, my blood pressure was pretty well controlled on just the one pill. I was checking it every day. I wasn't getting freaked out because it was pretty normal. And, yeah, anyway. Hi, thanks, Katerina. Yeah, a 24-hour reading. You mean take it every hour? I would have a heart attack just doing that. Thank you, Heartline. Yes, I know. I've asked my angels for help. I've asked them for help. I guess maybe the help is I'm still here. I don't know. I do love the car. I didn't go out yesterday. I went out the 2 days before. Please watch my videos coming out tomorrow. It's about my quest. It's a quest video. Please watch it. So I filmed that going out in the car and doing some errands and stuff. Yeah, LSI, what do they do for cortisol? Can they do anything to reduce your cortisol level or I don't know. Yes, Jean-Marc, I take my blood pressure. I know, Ileana. I know. I've only been taking it once a day because that's all I can handle. I will take it later today, though, to see if it came down. Oh, that's great, HFC. I know. And you know what I loved what this nurse practitioner on the video call said to me? She goes, your body just needs to rest. She said it got a shock when you gave it the big thyroid dose. And she also believed I told her what my TSH had been and everything. And she said, I don't think that was even accurate. And the fact that he didn't redo the test and instead tried to tell you that, oh, well, your body changes when you get older. Not that dramatically. I don't have a thyroid gland. How could it be that dramatic? So, yeah, I know. I just got to survive this. You guys, just lots of prayers, please. Oh, I wouldn't be able to handle that, Katerina. A monitoring device where that's checking my blood pressure all day long. I would freak out. I just, I'd rather just go into the clinic every day and just have them take my blood pressure there, honestly, because it just freaks me out. I can't explain it to you guys unless you've had the same emotion. Oh, that's interesting. Your friend had COVID, got a high fever. You mean after she got COVID and then blood pressure came back down? Interesting. I don't know. I had a fever. I had a high fever when I had COVID, and but that's what triggered this whole blood pressure thing. Well, LSI, your bottom number, your diastolic is good, but yeah, that 180s is high. Yeah. Well, if you guys remember, when I went to the emergency room in August, I hadn't been on any blood pressure medicine. My blood pressure was like, I at the highest was like 212 over 110. I should have freaking died. It was awful. Yes, we all are surviving at the moment. Well, that's true. But like I said, I think my blood pressure just goes up when I realize I'm going to take my blood pressure, at least for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Before that, it was relatively stable for about a month and a half. So I wasn't like freaked out every day when I took it. I was a little nervous. And then when it was okay, I'd go, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's not that it's not popular. I don't think it's legal in my state. So and I don't think it would really help this particular problem for me. I honestly, what HFC was recommending is going on just a few days of being on Xanax, I think would break the cycle. So I'm going to really try to talk to my doctor and just see if she'll do that. I mean, seriously, just, do you want me to, to keel over? I'm trying everything I can to calm Candy. Anyway, I don't want to turn this into a whole medical thing, but that's what was on my mind today because it freaked me out. I took it, you know, and ugh, just dead. So anyway, thank you, Stormy One. I'm glad you understand. I know, HFC. Well, I wish you were here to be my patient advocate right now. I need a patient advocate is what I need. Hi, Teffy. Welcome in, moderator. Yeah, I know. I know, Teffy. It's really sad. That was the other thing I liked about this nurse practitioner on the call. She was very aware that this particular strain of COVID that was dominant this year was causing blood pressure problems. She was very aware of it. She said, yeah, this is like a very common thing. And I'm trying, Nina. I know. Well, I need a patient advocate. I really do. I guess I should have mentioned that to the nurse thing with the insurance thing and said, is there any kind of way I can have a patient advocate on this? Because, my problem is I think my nurse practitioner is perfectly fine, but I just kind of don't feel like I don't feel like she's going to give me even 4 or 5 days of Xanax. I could be wrong, but let's hope she does, because I do think that will break this cycle of what's going on. So, yeah, and you know what? It's just so many people. Donna, this COVID strain is very scary. It is very scary right now. That's why I really don't even want to be around a lot of people right now. When I go to the doctor on Tuesday, I'm wearing a mask in there. And then when I get in the room with my provider, and she actually wears a mask because she deals with contagious patients. And so she does wear a mask. I'm going to wear a mask too until I'm in that room just with her, and then I can take it off. But it's like, darn, like I just have to not get another bug right now. Oh, well, Lumen, I'm seeing her on Tuesday. So I'll talk to her about it then. Well, they should be wearing a mask, LSI. If most people out there knew how bad what this particular new strains of COVID are doing to people, they should be concerned. You know, people have developed horrible heart problems from it, blood pressure problems from it, lung problems from it. I mean, it's just awful. Oh, Muskogee Land. He's in Santa Fe, which is, if all of you have never been to Santa Fe, New Mexico, it's a beautiful place. And he's at Starbucks in Santa Fe, and I've probably been. I think there's a couple of Starbucks in Santa Fe, but I've been there. I've been to Santa Fe many times. When I used to live in Flagstaff, we would go over for like a overnight trip to Santa Fe once in a while. So, yeah. HFC. Well, I'm glad your mom has you for an advocate. You know? Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I wear an KN95 mask into the not just a flimsy mask, the KN95s. I got a box of them online, and I just wear those into the doctor's office. I also wear them into like Walmart, any place that's really there's a lot of people congregated. So right now, I should have been doing that in the summer on the frickin' plane, and I wouldn't have ever gotten the frickin' COVID. Denise, I definitely believe in stuff like that, but there's not one in my town. I did look up somebody that does Reiki. I don't think Reiki would do it, but she might know somebody that actually does body work. So I was going to try to find somebody. I mean, I'm going to have to go to another town to do it, but yeah, I would be. I know that could probably help. I actually never felt as good in my whole life as when I was going through my real spiritual phase in 2014, 15. And I actually, the guy that was our meditation teacher, he did body work. He had the most amazing gifts. I still don't understand. I don't understand the power he was able to harness. It was amazing. But I had a body work session with him, healing chakra session. I think at least 2 times. It might have been 3 times. And it was the most amazing experience. I mean, I left so energized that I was like that for days. Like it lasted days and days that it just put everything right in your system. It's amazing. Oh, Muskogee Land. I know. COVID's done that to a lot of people, unfortunately. Yeah, plane's the worst. The worst place you can be without a mask when there's COVID going around is on a plane. Absolutely. And I knew that. I mean, in my head, I knew that. I don't know why I didn't get a mask. I don't know. It was just, I wasn't thinking, I was tired. I was trying to get back to the US. I just wasn't thinking. And yeah, that was a really bad mistake. And I actually think I know what flight I caught it on, because I took this short flight from London when it went to Iceland, but it went via Dublin. And on the flight from London to Dublin, where I had to change planes, it actually just didn't stop there. I had to change. But when I took the flight from London to Dublin, the woman sitting next to me, I was in a middle seat, but like in a bulkhead row. So I didn't have anybody in front of me. But the woman to the right of me was like a professional woman. She had like her laptop open and was doing work and stuff. She sounded sick. Like I could tell. So I think she was my vector. Like that's where I got it because I was sitting next to her for like an hour. So anyway, yeah, HFC, you have to be careful who you get body work and Reiki done with, honestly. Um, I know, Lumen, everyone has forgotten how bad. I mean, in the United States alone, in the first year of the pandemic, over 1 million people died in the US. That's 1 out of 330 people died. It's like, I don't understand how people don't forget that. And I mean, that was different. That affected people differently than, but every strain that's come out has been, mutated, has changed. And some of them have been pretty mild and some of them have been really serious. So, I'm glad you guys are having a chat over here about how to be careful about how, healing workers you go to. I know you do, you really do. I know, Donna, I don't understand that. I mean, I feel horrible that, if you don't remember me talking about this story, I never posted on here my train trip on Amtrak where I started getting sick on the train. I did post it on my Patreon, but I put together a, kind of a shorter version of it. But I started getting sick the second day on the train. And what I feel horrible about is that I wasn't wearing a mask. I didn't have a mask with me. And I think about how many people I infected on that train. The people I was sitting at meals with, the people that I chatted with across the corridor from me, they might have gotten it. Like, it's just, I mean, I feel so horrible because it's like when I get sick, I don't want to get anybody else sick. And of course, the person that I stayed with got her sick, and that was horrible. Like, I'm just, even though I was really careful, we had masks on, it didn't help. She still got sick. So anyway, the point is, I just feel really bad about, that. Yeah, Jean-Marc. Yeah. Well, your population in the UK is a lot less too. So it, probably percentage wise, if it was 500,000 people dying in the UK, that probably was even a higher percentage of the population. Um, Yeah, I carry masks now. I'll tell you after this experience this year. No, and as soon as I start feeling better, which means my blood pressure's under control, I am going to get another vaccine actually. Because if I do get COVID again, I don't want to go into it with no, you know, ability to have it lessened, what it does to me. So, oh, Robin's going, no, that's good. We should need to change subject anyway. But she says, I look like a chic New Yorker with the black top and cool specs. Well, it's a hoodie. These are my new favorite hoodies. All they have is a little Reebok logo here. You guys can probably see that right here. It's in black. I used to go for things that said things, and I still once in a while do. But I saw these at Walmart, and I have 3 of them now. I have the black one. I have like a kind of a tannish brown one, and then I have a green one that I have to wash first before I wear it. But I love it that it doesn't have any like big logo thing, announcing what it is. I like just the plain now. I'm into that. Oh, you do a vaccination every 6 months, Faith? I'm probably going to start. I mean, I'm probably going to do it once a year. If I ever take another flight again, I'm going to be double masking. Like seriously. And like almost like going on the plane in a hermetically sealed bag. So Oh, thanks, Teffy. Well, I did wash my hair today, so it's a little fresher than normal. I did finally stop the hair shedding. I'm not having the hair coming out like I was for about a month and a half. Thank goodness. It's back to just the normal, shedding that you get. So yeah, but I did lose a lot of hair for about a month and a half. I did. So I hope it frankly I should cut it short just so it'll start growing in better, but I'm going to wait till this whole crisis with the blood pressure hopefully passes, and we can do that. It's my beatnik era, Donna. Yeah. Oh, snaps. isn't that what the beatniks did? They did the snaps. Oh, that's funny. Hi, expat Jeff. Bonjour. I'm glad you made it to my live, buddy. I'm still going through health stuff, so I've been talking about that. Oh, Zaza, what is it? Their YouTube personal annual review. Oh, it tells you what you watched most of. Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't actually normally get the flu shot though. I'm not getting any shot right at the moment. I'm not doing anything else to complicate my poor immune system right now. I am not putting it over the edge. So, but I don't normally get a flu shot because I don't usually get the flu, knock on wood. And the few times I had the flu were strangely years I got the flu shot. Now I know that flu shot didn't cause it, but it seemed like weirdly coincidental to me. So, no. Yes, like and sub. Let me do the snaps again. Oh, have a wonderful meal, Catherine. Yeah. Oh, that's good, Jeff. Yeah. Jeff, I hate to ask this on here, but I'm just curious. And since you're on the chat, I'll ask. Um, I heard there was some article about the fact that France is considering getting rid of uh, healthcare for people with like visas, like long stay visas or whatever, from other countries. Have you heard anything about that, Jeff? Do you know any information about that? I mean, it hasn't happened, but is it being considered or not? I just wondered if you might know since you live in the country. So, oh, I know, Robin. I know. I need to do that. I've been overwhelmed, obviously. And it's a lot just to put out 2 videos a week and do my 2 live streams a week right now. So, oh no, I don't look good with bangs. No, no. I even had bangs a couple times when I was a kid. And even when I was a kid, it's like, no. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Jeff says it's not get rid of the health care for expats, but have to pay a fee. It was going to be only about 300 to 600 euros a year. That's not bad. Certainly better than American health care. Okay. Good to know. I just thought I'd ask you since you were on here and I wanted to hear it from somebody in country that was, had insurance with them. I remember that flu, Faith. Yeah. I never got that when I was young. Oh, I know. I'm just freaked out about I have to go to some specialists or things like that now. And I'm like, I got to pay whole bunches of co-pays for this. It really drains you. It really does. It's nickel and dimes people you should be able to get care, basic care, and not have to be paying all this extra stuff. So, yeah. Oh, and Teffy Medicare premium, Part B premium is going up to 206 a month in January. So, Yeah, swine flu. I did have swine flu back in the day. Yes. It is horrible, Lumen. Yeah, don't even get us started on this topic. I tell you, we could just go on and on. Okay, HFC sharing that Baguette Bound wrote about the rule change. The cost will be modest but positive because it addresses any feeling of resentment the French had. Yeah, and that's fine as long as they're not charging like a fortune for it. So, geez. Yes, we know you're not a boomer, John Mark. You're such a young person in your 40s. That's funny. Hi, Gary. Welcome in. Anyway, anybody else have questions or comments about other things? Let's get off the health thing. Let's talk about other stuff. Oh, wow. Expat Jeff. That, I can just call you Jeff. I don't know why I said expat Jeff. Anyway, 2,000 euros a year. Now that's getting a little high. Honestly, that's getting a little high. He secretly, and I don't think he is. I think I've seen a picture of him. He's in his 40s. Oh, Lumen, my car, well, so far so good. I'm loving it. It's doing fine. Like I said, knock on wood. And as you can't tell, I'm superstitious. You know what? It's amazing that I'm not more superstitious than I am, though, because my little Italian grandmother was one of the most superstitious people I've ever met. She had a rule for everything. You couldn't put shoes on the bed. You couldn't put a hat on the bed. You couldn't you couldn't put a sharp object. You couldn't give a sharp object as a gift. You couldn't put a sharp object under the bed. Oh, oh, well, Devon, Christmas Eve, I am going to be doing a live stream. And you know what? I'll go ahead and announce it now, even though I'll be able to announce it more closely to when we're closer to Christmas Eve. But I'm doing a Christmas Eve live stream, but it will be a little later in the day for me. So instead of a 1 o'clock time, really late at night, sorry. That's how I'm doing it because I may want to go out for lunch on Christmas Eve. And so, because my plan, I don't really want to cook on Christmas. My plan was to go out for a nice lunch and bring home food and then have it the next day on Christmas. So I don't really have to, do a lot of cooking or anything. So there will be a Christmas Eve live stream. There will also be a New Year's Eve live stream, Cranston, on your birthday. That will actually be more the regular time. I won't be doing that late at night. No, Leanne, I can't make the lasagna this year. I don't even have all the kitchen things that I need to make it, but it's just too much in this small kitchen I have here, and I just don't feel like it. I mean, I hope I feel better in 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't know. And I just don't feel like doing it. I don't understand why you're still haven't gotten a carte vitale after 3 years, Jean-Marc. I don't get that. It's weird. To go to Gallipolis, Ohio, city of the Gauls. Interesting. Now, what major city is that located near, Robin? Since you brought it up. It must be very French. Is it very French? Okay. Oh yeah, Faith. I always stock up with more stuff. I usually have enough food, basic food to eat for a week if I needed to. So I always have like a supply of, some canned goods and then some extra stuff in the fridge. And anyway, Rhonda says it takes gall to go to gall. Yeah, there you go. I tell you, Leanne, what I would really love to have on Christmas in lieu of lasagna, but I can't make this myself either, is having a good Wiener Schnitzel. I was so hoping to go when I didn't get to go to Germany, and I was so hoping to go to Germany. I was gonna have schnitzel every day. I really was. So, okay, did I miss her response on the Gallipolis? Is it Gallipolis, Ohio? Robin, you have to tell me what that's near. I'm really not watching any good shows. I've been watching low stress things. Um, and I know the schnitzel, Leanne. Anyway, I've been watching like old movies on YouTube from the 30s and 40s because those really relax me. So I don't have a Costco near me, and I don't belong to a Costco, so I probably won't. But yes, Leanne, I grew up, my first few years, I grew up in Augsburg. And I was going to go, yeah, I was going to go stay in Augsburg, I think. That's where I was going to be based and then drive around. We also lived in a smaller town called Bad Tolz. Um, so I was going to go see that too. We lived in two different places in Germany, but we went to Garmisch, and there was a lot of places we went to that I remember. I mean, I don't have big memories of it, but I do kind of remember. Plus, I have photographs that I've seen, so I know what it looks like. Um, yeah, probably in the biggest town near me, there's a German restaurant. Not in my town, there isn't, but there probably is. Not too far away. See, we got talking about the food again, guys. That's okay though. It's okay. Oh, Joni loves movies from the 30s. Oh, the 30s were such a great decade for film. Okay. There's some hidden gems in that decade that I think are amazing. So one movie I really recommend is a movie called Dodsworth. If you've never seen Dodsworth, it's Dodsworth. It was a movie so far ahead of its time in the theme that it was discussing, and it was made like in the mid to late 30s. Um, I watch that periodically. It's just such a good movie. It stars Walter Houston, who was the father of John Huston, the famous director, and such good acting in it. It's an amazing movie. So I watched that. Oh yeah, Casablanca, of course. I watched a really good one. I can't remember now which one it was, from the early 40s. I love early 40s movies too. Yes, Dodsworth Sonata. Yeah. Yeah. So there's just so many good movies. And, on YouTube, if you can put up with the commercials, which I do, it's just, they're free. So you can just, sit down and watch. So what I do is I usually put, as they come up, as I see movies or look for movies, I'll put them in my watch later queue. And then I always have like a whole bunch of movies that I can watch. And I just found right now it just is really great because it doesn't increase my stress to watch those movies. And so I can't watch like a zombie movie or anything right now. I just can't handle any stress. I am stressed out. So yes, Zaza. Yeah, Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind. We're in the 30s. Yep. Yeah, the 30s were an amazing decade of movies. They really were. I mean, I think it's when the craft really, it just hit its peak in a way. I mean, the old way of making movies, but some of them are just, they're brilliant. Just brilliant. Of course, now that we're heading into the holiday season, probably my two favorite movies are It's a Wonderful Life, which I'll probably watch again. And I always watch the 1951 version of A Christmas Carol uh, with Alastair Sim. I always watch that on Christmas Eve. So, and then I usually watch White Christmas, which is the musical from the 50s. Those are like my three favorite Christmas movies. So, yes, no zombies right now. HFC can't handle it. Yeah, and my stress has to be bad because normally zombies actually relax me, but not now. No, can't handle any any bad stuff going on in a movie. That's funny. You don't celebrate any holidays, LSI. Is that for a religious reason or some other reason? Oh, I know. Oh, that Claude Rains. I just watched that's the movie I just watched the other day, which I loved, was Notorious with Ingrid Bergman and Cary Grant and Claude Rains. Oh my God, such a good movie. Notorious. That's from the early or mid 40s, I guess mid 40s. Such a good movie. It is Zaza, the Alistair Sim. If anyone has never seen Christmas Carol with Alistair Sim, he is the best Scrooge there ever was. There is no better. There just is no better. I cry every like three times in that movie. Every time I've seen it, which I've probably seen it 100 times, I still cry because I he just gets me every time. Oh, I used to find zombies relaxing. Yeah, they never stressed me out because I knew, first of all, zombies are not real. They're never going to exist. Okay. And so I could watch a zombie thing and I'd be like, yeah, this is relaxing because it's never going to happen to me. You know what I mean? And, but no, even now I can't even handle that. No. Oh yeah, Jan, Mr. Skeffington with Betty Davis and Claude Rains. Amazing. Claude Rains, he was one of her favorite actors ever. I saw her in a later interview talk about, I think it was right after he'd passed away in the 60s or 70s, sometime there. And she said that he was absolutely one of her favorite, like probably her favorite, because she said there was something about him as an actor and a person. He was just there was no one like him. Just amazing. Well, Jean-Marc, not all the boomers love it. I loved Airplane when it came out, and it was funny. I never got as big a laugh out of it other times I watched it. So that's one of those movies that you can see once or twice, and you probably don't really need to see it again, kind of thing. So look, see, you guys are talking. Oh, that's right. Bishop's Wife is also a great Christmas movie with Loretta Young, Cary Grant again. And yes, yes, wonderful. Bad Santa. Actually, Bad Santa is actually, I have seen it, Muskogee Land. It actually, I mean, Billy Bob Thornton is a really good actor. So it really is a pretty interesting movie. But it's not like a classic to me. I don't. Oh yeah, Rebecca, Margaret says. Yeah. Double Indemnity, HFC. Yeah. Oh, the actors back then. Did I ever tell you guys a story? I'll share with you my story of how I met a famous movie star. I don't have her picture here. I'd show it. I'd show a picture of me with her to you, but I don't have it here. It's in my stuff somewhere. Anyway, probably in the box of stuff I sent to my best friend in Oregon. So, which I may have to have sent to me at some point. But anyway, back in 1990, I think it was. So 35 years ago, I was doing articles for a local newspaper, like a weekly paper, and I used to do all their feature articles and stuff. Well, anyway, I had the chance to go cover this event it was actually at a senior apartment place where the actress Alice Faye, do you remember Alice Faye from the 30s? Anyway, she was coming to talk to them. I think she was a representative for Pfizer medications and stuff back then. But anyway, she came and talked to them about general fitness and welfare and whatever. Well, I went to the event and got to interview her before and then a little bit after she did it. And the first movie star I'd ever really really had a serious conversation with. I mean, I had met a couple of other movie stars where I talked to them a little bit, but it was so amazing. I was in this room with her where I was doing the interview, and the first thing she said to me, and I'm not saying this out of vanity or anything, but I was only like, what, early 30s at that time, mid 30s. But she looked at me and she goes, you have the most beautiful skin. And I was like, thank you. I mean, when a movie star tells you you have good skin, then you pay attention. You just pay attention. So I was just so like, oh my gosh, it was just wonderful. And she was very sweet. She wasn't feeling very well because she'd gone to lunch and she was actually worried that she ate something bad. So our first part of the conversation was me reassuring her that she was probably fine. So it also showed me that former movie stars are also very human, which they are. And of course, she was a little impressed because I knew a lot of her movies. Like she was in Old Frisco. I remember. I think there was. I don't remember them all now, but I was able to tell her, "Oh yeah, I've seen like." She was kind of amazed that I'd seen her old movies since I was like a relative youngster at that time. But Alice Faye, oh my gosh, beautiful. She was still beautiful in old age. Let me tell you, she was really stunning and really nice person. She was a very real person. She didn't make a big deal out of everything. She didn't act like she wanted special treatment. So anyway, Muskogee Lane, are you saying Shirley MacLaine flipped you off? Because you said filled me off. That's a whole other concept. No, no, no. That was Fay Ray Lumen in King Kong, not Alice Faye. Alice Faye she was a really good singer too. She was in quite a few movies where she got to sing. So like in Old Frisco, which was I think she was in that with, I don't know, Robert Taylor. I don't know. I think it has already brought my blood pressure down, LSI. I'm not going to take it right now, though. But thank you for being here. I know we got to get the likes up, guys. Get me up to 120. Come on. We can do it. Oh, Gaslight's an amazing movie from 1944. Anyway, my closing thoughts on this is I got a picture with her. I actually got a couple of pictures with her. And we were the exact same height. It was so weird. Like we're the same height in the thing. And I'm really young. I mean, I'm like 34 maybe at the time. And she had, let's see, this was in 1990. She was probably in her 70s, maybe around 70, around the age I am now. But she looked really good anyway, and very nice, very sweet. So that's my closing thought. But it was really cool to talk to a golden age, like movie star. It was just amazing. Yeah, I don't have the photos with me, Cranston. I don't have most of my photos here. So some of them are getting sent to me this next week, but I think most of them I sent to my friend in Oregon. So I don't have a lot of those pictures. Yeah, Alice Faye. Her last name is Faye. There's an E on the end. Look her up. You'll see what I mean. She's really gorgeous. She was really gorgeous in the 30s, but she married a big band leader, and they were married for many, many years. I think when I met her, I don't know if he was still alive. She was Teffy. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are looking her up. Her movies, she was really good in her movies too. I mean, she wasn't what I would consider the top rung of the actresses. She was kind of in the second rung of the actresses as far as like who was most popular, but she was a really good actress and very, just gorgeous voice. If you want to hear her voice, look up on YouTube. You'll Never Know. It's called You'll Never Know. And look that up. And she sings a version of that. You'll hear her voice on that. So, oh yeah, Lucy. Well, she's not napping. She's right here. Hola. She always says hola, and then she goes, she's fine. Yeah. Wish she could bring down my blood pressure. Wish she had magical capabilities. Anyway. No, it wasn't Margaret. It wasn't. No, that was Faye Ray. Faye was the first name of that actress. Her last name was Ray, W-R-A-Y. As you can tell, I know quite a bit about 30s movies. I used to watch stuff like that when I was like a kid in the 60s. I used to watch every time old movies would come up on TV, on the Saturday night movie or Friday night movie, I'd be watching so many old movies. So, yeah. Oh, a lot of people saying You'll Never Know, but she did a version of it, so you can hear it on YouTube. Well, that's because you're younger, Jean-Marc. You're a different generation. It keeps bumping you off the live stream. I don't understand, Robin. Well, the ads, I can't control that at this point or anything, but you shouldn't be bumping off unless you're writing things that are too long. And then, like somebody said, I don't know who told us that. Zaza? I don't know. Somebody told us that basically they'll just eliminate your comment if it's too long. I know, Jean-Marc. Dick Van Dyke is 100. Did he already turn 100? That's amazing. Yeah, it's definitely not me, Robin. And what's weird is not everybody gets the same amount of ads shown to them during like a live stream or even a regular video. It's very random. Like some people just get more, thrown at them and other people don't. So, oh, December 13th, he'll be 100. Oh, by the way, I know my grandson. I don't really know him or anything anymore. And I haven't seen him since he was a year old. And, but today is my grandson's 19th birthday. So I'm just saying happy birthday. I'm not saying his name, but I'm saying happy birthday to my grandsons just to wish him well. Apparently I did kind of find out through posts online that he did start college this fall. So good for him. And I wish he was, I hope he does really well in school. Yeah. But I remember, today, I remember December 6th, hearing the day that he was born, my son calling me. So I don't have anywhere to send anything, Jean-Marc. I don't have his address. I do too. Well, he has like I said, I don't know. I mean, I could technically try to reach out through Facebook to just say hi to him, but I don't know what his dad or mom have told him about. Who knows what they've said. So, it makes it really touchy, to, you know, he doesn't have any memory of me. I mean, he only saw me when he was a year old, and he was so cute. He was when I saw him, he was having a cold or a bug or something, and it affected his inner ear. And the poor kid, he knew how to walk. He was already walking, but he had no balance. So he just literally kept running into things. and then he'd fall, and then sometimes he'd be fine, and then sometimes he'd start crying because he was like, why do I keep falling all over the place? And I don't know if I ever told you this story, but again, I'm sorry, it's the truth of what happened. I was in the house with my son and my grandson while my daughter-in-law was out, and he was bumping into things, and we were sitting talking, and I was sitting on the floor, and my grandson hit something when he fell over, and he started crying. I mean, you could tell he really wasn't like fake crying. He was really crying. And I just instinctively reached out and I said, oh, honey, come here. And I comforted him. And my son, I swear to God, this is what he says to me. He goes, Mom, we don't do that to him. We let him self comfort. And I looked at my son and I go, are you freaking kidding me? He's 1. He needs comfort when he's hurt. And he goes, well, we think it's best for that he learns how to do that himself. And I said, I'm a therapist, and I can tell you that's ridiculous. And so I said, you can do whatever you want with your son, but if I'm sitting here, I'm going to comfort him. And then he just shut up. My son shut up. But you can see that my son and I had our differences about things even then. And yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, he was not right about that. Jeez. And I know he loves his kids, and I think he's been a good dad. And I'm not saying that. I just couldn't believe what he said that day. You know, it's like that. What is it? The Fockers movie, like, you know, when the Fockers, Fokkers, that they to say that they're going to let the kids self-soothe. That's kind of the concept that my son was talking about. Oh, we'll just let him self-soothe. He's 1. Are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, maybe when you're a little older, you're 10, 11, 12 years old, maybe you can take care of that yourself. But when you're a small child, you need comfort from your parents or grandparents or anyone that loves you. Like, come on. Anyway, I couldn't believe he said that. I just gave my son this look that day that went, you're full of it. Like, I never did that to my son when he was little. When he hurt himself, I was there to comfort him, and my husband was there to comfort him. And it's like, I don't understand. Anyway, sorry I had to share that, but I got triggered by my grandson's birthday thinking about that. It's like, Lord. Anyway, yeah, Bonnie, I'm just not in a good position to want to do that right now. I am thinking of him. I'm wishing him, you know, the best of health and the best of life right now. And so Jean-Marc's asking if my son looks like me. He does kind of look like me. I think he looks like a combo of me and his dad. But I think he looks more like me as he gets older, to be honest. So of course he wouldn't like to hear that. So whatever. Oh, Palace, I'm sorry about your estrangement with your sons. Yes, Robin, they do have an impact. Well, I think my grandson, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been around him, but he, you know, I've seen pictures of him and I've seen things like that that have been posted online. And so, you know, I think he's fine. I just, you know, I mean, they weren't horrible to him. It's just that they felt like they weren't going to like overly comfort him when he hurt himself or something. And I'm like, what? What? Anyway. Oh, so your birthday's tomorrow, Jennifer? Pearl Harbor Day. Yeah, 12/7. Happy birthday. CR says in the movie version of my life, he would be watching your live streams. Well, we'll see. I just want them to know that I love them, you know, even when you don't speak to your family and you don't, you know, have interactions, you still love them. I still love my son. I love my grandkids, even though I don't really know them anymore. I mean, I never really knew them. Excuse me, gotta have water. Really dry throat. Okay. Anyway, anything else you guys want to ask or bring up? Oh, bye, Jan. Good to see you. We'll be back here, I guess, on Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a live stream before I go to my doctor that day. Maybe it'll bring my blood pressure down. Well, I haven't seen my son physically since 2007, but he stopped speaking to me in, I think it was 2011. So, And I have 2 grandkids. He had a child, not with his wife that he's still been married to, but, with someone else, not yeah. He had a child, a daughter, and then he had my grandson with his wife, and but then he ended up raising his daughter most of the he ended up getting custody of the daughter when she was about 7, 6, 7. So his 2 kids have different moms, but, yeah. I haven't seen them since 2007, so. Yes, I have a down coat, Faith, and I love it. So no, I'm okay, Devon. I've always had a little cough when it's dry, like, I get a dry cough thing in my throat, I get a tickle. It's not really a I've had that for years, so it's not a problem. I'm breathing fine. It's just, oh, thank you, Carmi. Well, in this lighting, it looks better. But yeah, I did. Like I said, when a movie star tells you you have great skin and that's the first thing she says, you're like, you listen, you listen. Okay, AWC is asking, I have an older sister who has 2 kids, grown kids. I mean, my nephew's only 15 years younger than I am, so he's already 55. Um, I'm not officially estranged from them, but I just don't really talk to my sister because we had a falling out after mom died and she stole everything from me. So that's just a fact. She did. She stole it. So, yeah. But I mean, technically, we are not speaking. We're just, and I have reached out to her through my nephew and told her that, I'd be perfectly okay talking to her, that, we can put the past in the past, whatever. But it's still, it's a complicated situation because she's married to the reason my sister and I've never done a whole video on this, but a lot of it has to do with the guy she married, her husband of the last 5 millennia, who is just a horrible person. I'm just saying it. He is. And he did everything he could to make sure she didn't have a good relationship with me or our mom. And so it's just sad. And then he had a lot to do with what she did after our mom died, too. So that's why it's hard for me to deal with. I love my sister. I do. I wish we could have had a better relationship in life. And we had a chance a few times, but, the person she's married to just kind of, ruined that. So anyway, that's right, Faith. When in doubt, love. That's the thing. I mean, I get moments where the resentment, bubbles up or something like that, or I feel, but you know what? Bottom line is I love my sister and I love my son. I love my grandkids. I even love my niece and nephew. And I say that it's a little more challenging. But but I don't that's really all the family I really have anymore. So yeah. But I tell you, I hope that I do want to talk to my sister just in case one of us passes away. I just want to be able to tell her I love her and that in spite of everything that's happened between us in our lives, starting in childhood where she was horrible to me when I was a kid. But I still would like to tell her that, you know what, it doesn't matter. What matters is we're still sisters and I love you. So anyway, it is. Relatives are complicated, Teffy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I did watch, I have not watched that whole segment that Oprah know what to think about what they said or whether it was really, there are 2 sides to every story. Honestly, there really are. And so, you know, that's why I've always admitted fault with especially with my son, because fact, anybody that says it's all one person or see me, can you guys hear me? Hear me and or see me, because it says my connection's unstable. So both sides to the story in some cases. It's all about perspective. Usually when there are cases in which, yes, there's clearly fault mostly on one side. That's true. But I think in most family situations, it's a little bit both sides, you know. Um, okay, well, you didn't miss anything super important. I was just talking about musing about, estrangement and things like that. But with my sister, when I was a child, and she has apologized to me for this, when I was a child, she really was very resentful and jealous of me because I was 7 years younger, and she didn't really want a kid, she didn't want a sibling, I don't think. And so she wasn't really great to me when I was a kid. And that's not cool. But then she was a kid too, technically, so we make, it happens. But she has apologized to me for that. That's the only thing she ever apologized for, but the childhood stuff. And then we had a chance to be good friends when dad died, and she was off at college, but she would come home from college, and we would, started bonding when I was in my early teens. And everything might have been okay, but then she married this person she's married to who's just awful. Nobody in my family liked this person, this guy. And my mother was horrified that she married him. My grandmother was horrified that she married him. So that was kind of the beginning of the real problems. So we had a chance at one time to, I think, have a really good relationship, but that passed. But that's a lot more in some ways, it's a much more complicated situation than things even with my son. So, but anyway, important thing is I love her. Everything else is small stuff compared to the fact that I love my sister. And I know she loves me too on some level. I do know that. So, all right. Okay. Anything else? I think we'll probably wrap it up because I'm going to probably we got to get the likes up to over 150, guys. Come on. 145. Maybe Devon. We'll see. Well, I won't hear you guys, but yeah, I could play a couple of Christmas songs. I think I did that last Christmas Eve. So plans for the week. Well, not to die. My big plan for the week is not to die. So, yeah, I'm just going to the doctor. I will have a live stream Tuesday. See, that's my dark humor. That's my dark humor. Yeah, I know. That's true, Robin. Yeah, but we didn't know that for sure until just a few years ago. So I don't know. But that still should make a difference. We grew up together, you know. Yeah, I don't think my blood pressure's at the point I need to go to the hospital. If I got to that point, I would go, but it's not at that point. Well, I need to go out and do some errands, go to the store, get some things, and I'll be okay. I just got this cycle of stress. I'm praying. You know what was it HFC said earlier? I'm praying that I can talk to my doctor, my nurse practitioner on Tuesday and beg her for like just 4 or 5 days of just some Xanax, because I think that will break this cycle of what's going on. And well, there is no sunshine for me to put on my skin right now. See, it's cloudy, but thanks for the thought. Remember, you're in San Diego, There's sunshine there. No, I'm in, gray Ohio right now. Yes, that's right, Bonnie. Good. Take it one day at a time and thank God for every moment. Anyway, there will be a video out tomorrow. Please watch it. Give it a thumbs up. And then I will have a live stream Tuesday, and then probably be another video Thursday, and then another live stream next Saturday. So I know, Donna, I know that's my theory too. My mother used to say that she hated it when someone, keeled over at Christmas or before Christmas. Yeah, I know. Thank you, HFC. Pray to the Xanax gods. Gosh, there has to be Xanax gods too, don't you? Because I'm not a person that loves medication of any kind, except the fact that when you are stressed out and you take a Xanax or a Valium, it doesn't matter, any of the benzo, you take one and you feel wonderful. That's just the only thing that's ever done that for me. So I would like to just feel wonderful for 4 days and break this horrible hold, whatever this stress has done to me. So, Robin says Gallipolis. Okay, I got to look it up. I will figure it out. I'm not probably going many places while our weather is so unpredictably bad with the snow off and on. So I will probably just wait till, I don't know. I got plans for things, but I'm just trying to deal with one thing at a time right now. Yeah, I know. Well, Ciara, you've never had a Xanax or a Valium? They may not appeal to all people either. Everybody likes, some people love narcotics. I cannot even handle narcotics. The few times they've given them to me when I've had surgery or something, I go psycho on narcotics. I do not like them. I don't like how they make me feel. They're just not good. Anyway, yeah. So thank you guys for being here. You guys really made my day because, like I said, I was stressed out starting the live stream, but I feel better now. And I'm going to go out and do some stuff. And anyway, we'll see you soon. And have a wonderful week, all of you. And take care. And thank you. Oh, 2 more likes. Let's just get 2 more likes. Anybody left in here that can do 2 more likes? That'd be great. I'm at 158. Let's hit 160. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. I really, again, please just put me in your prayers if you're a praying person to just get through this health crisis, whatever it's doing right now. Thank you, Diana. I hope you continue to do well. You're as well. Yeah, I don't care which Pam it is, Bonnie. It can be Tomei's Pam. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Whichever one will calm the anxiety for a few days would be great. Thank you, Belek, for watching. Anyway, thank you. Take care, all of you. I wish you well, all of you. You guys are wonderful. You're the best thing in my life right now, honestly. So, well, wait a minute. Lucy got upset at that. She goes, wait a minute. I'm the best thing in your life right now. And I'm like, yeah, I know, Lucy. I mean, other than you. Yeah. Bye. Take care, everyone. And keep moving forward.